up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment.
610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Big dumper. The big dumper with his daddy and his little dumper brother hitting ball. He advanced by like a half of an inch out of the first round. And you know I believe in that kind of stuff happening. I would have bet my house after the first round. I guess I could have, huh? That the dumper was going to win the home run derby. He wanted to hit from both sides of the plate. He's a switch hitter, is Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Seattle Mariners. So in the first round, he started firing him out from the left side, called timeout, switched over to the right side, and damn near didn't get out of the first round. But he did on a tiebreaker by like half of an inch. He hit the ball, he hit his farthest home run like 447 feet and something inches, a few more, and then he goes on to win. Good morning, boys and girls. Hope you've had a good big dumper this morning. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, how you living?
What it do?
You like the big dumper last night?
I do. What I enjoy about the home run derby or Saturday night at the NBA All-Star game, like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, it's just there. Like, there's some tweaks to it where you get bonus hits, etc., but it's just a fun event. It doesn't have to be about home field advantage for anything. It doesn't have to be about the most competitive thing you've ever seen. It's just either slam dunk, hit home runs, and it can be enjoyable. Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to watch it, but I found myself packing and getting ready and doing stuff, and so it was on. And
like, it's just,
I enjoyed it.
One of those things you just kick back. You don't need to overanalyze anything. Just dudes hitting bombs.
Unless dude pulls one back in and robs a home run, which was flat out beautiful. Did you see the kid who robbed the home run from?
They gave the home run.
Yes.
It didn't matter in the end, but that was a funny moment.
Junior Caminero was the other participant in the finals, the Blue Jays slugger, and he hit one, and no, it was weird with no back. It was Carl Roberts going, oh, that one's 6 feet short. Eduardo Perez, oh, but it was good, man. I enjoyed that. The young man who robbed the home run was 17-year-old Sam Musterer, JJ. He is the son of the official scorekeeper for the Atlanta Braves. So when you know people, you get access, right? When your dad's the scorekeeper, hey, your kid want to go out and shag balls and catch the balls that don't go out of the park? Yeah, no, he'd love that. So a 17-year-old kid went out there and pulled one back in. They stopped it, and they gave the home run to Caminero. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole dumper scene. I think this guy is what baseball needs, and I know that they love him in Seattle. And I hope baseball's starting to catch on to the dumper. And I guess he got his nickname. It was somewhat explained last night. Is that right? His dad told him that if you want to make the big leagues, you're going to have to work your dumper off. That's how he got his name.
Well, and he also just has a big dumper. So.
And he's a big kid. And there was that video that was surfacing from when he was, I don't know, it looked like, what was the kid that I'm Big Al and I hit dingers? Like, I mean, that's every time they show that, that's what I think of. I'm Big Al and I hit dingers. He says, one day I'm going to win the home run contest. I thought it was cool, man. His dad, and this all factions out. All the Dominicans got behind the Dominicans, and good for them, and that's how it should be. And they, and everybody kind of gets behind their teammates and whatever it happens to be. But his dad was pitching, his 15-year-old brother was kind of coaching and catching, and the dumper just hit bombs out of the yard all night long, and it was a fun look. I'm not gonna lie, he got stronger, I thought, as it went on, because he had that tough start that he barely got through. And watching O'Neal Cruz hit bombs like he did, Jazz Chisholm only hit 3, but he was impressive, man. And the first catcher to ever win the home run derby. So that went down in an all-star game tonight. I thought the event was pretty. It is what it is. To your point, you don't have to, if you don't like it, and I'm not sure I even like it. But I was entertained by it yesterday. It's not my thing.
Like,
it's not one of those,
don't have to. Yeah. It's not appointment viewing, which is fine.
Right,
like it's just
right.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, there's times that I don't want to have to overanalyze everything. I don't want to have to sit down and say, "Oh, does this mean this player's not the greatest ever? Oh, does this dude need to get fired?" No, I can just sit down and watch people hit home runs. I can go on a walk, go to the park, come back, watch the final round, and I don't feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be prepared to break this down.
You mean this doesn't mean he's the best hitting catcher ever? Isn't that what this means? I mean,
the fact that it was the first catch ever in the home run derby was a little surprising to me. It's the last position to win it.
So who would you? Piazza was in it. What other catchers? I mean, Ivan Rodriguez, I believe, was in it back in the day. I mean, what catchers were in it that you would have thought would have had a chance? Piazza was the guy that jumped to my mind that I thought might have done it at some point. Look, it was cool. And to your point, it was total, non-appointment viewing. There it was. But it did have me, man. Like I did, as I was doing stuff, I'm like, okay, stop. I kind of want to watch this 2 minutes. I want to watch him hit. I want to watch the extra session. I thought it was fun. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Lots going on today. 505-246-0610 is how to get in. Emails are coming in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On your Twitter or your X, it's _ JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, the OD and the AM, you can watch the show. Adrian's producing on Facebook, on Comcast Channel 26, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. And, of course, the text line is up and running. We got a new one going. It's kind of cool. The guy who robbed that home run last night should give him a contract. The Braves should. It says on the text line. Yeah. Well, Steve sent me that. It was a heck of a grab. Went back. The kid said, "Did you hear the kid after?" He says, "I didn't know how far back it was. I thought the wall was taller. I just went up and jumped and I just."
And he's like, "Oh."
That's the kid. Out of everybody, that kid should be the star. Like back in the day, they'd have the big dumper on Letterman. I think Letterman would go and get this guy. Jimmy Fallon should go get this guy and put him on late night TV. The kid who robbed the home run, because I thought that was really cool. All right. Anything else pop from last night? Jazz Chisholm's 3. You feel bad for him? I mean, that's yeah.
Not hitting in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. It's a lot thicker air there and a little longer porch out in right field. I was surprised Jazz Chisholm was in it to begin with. But the big dumper's hard not to like. If that guy sustains, am I out of my mind thinking because he plays in Seattle he could be like the next, I don't want to say superstar, but kind of big star in Major League Baseball? I'm out of my mind?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's about, can you do it more than 1 year?
Yeah, that's what I said. If he can sustain.
Oh, I don't think he's sustaining this level of offensive play.
No. He is having a ridiculous year. He's got more home runs at the break than Ken Griffey ever did. It's a Mariner record at the break, and he's on a pace now, man. He's on a pace, but he was fun. All right, so you got baseball tonight. Here's what we got coming up today on the big show. We got a sweet deal for you. and it's kind of a little bit more than a sweet deal. Bo Davidson is the general manager for Lobo football, and he's going to come through in the 8 o'clock hour. We got a sweet deal on Lobo football season tickets. Basically, it's 2-for-1 season tickets, and we'll tell you about it. They go live at 9 o'clock. But you've got two different levels, and the silver level and the turquoise level, and we'll talk Lobo football. But I'm interested in sitting down for a little bit with Bo Davidson, because JJ, general manager, is something brand new to this program and relatively new overall to college football. What does a general manager do in college football now? And
I'm interested to honestly hear what he's willing to talk about when it comes to that role.
No, I think he'll be willing to talk about, not specifics, but what does he do? And the fact that college football has evolved, college football is a business that there's no doubt that you're paying, they're paying players. Basically, and the way I think this is going to go is, your football coach coaches, and this gentleman takes care of the business, the finances, dealing with players and contracts and money and whatever, the problems. Instead of going to Coach Eck with that problem, you go to Bo Davidson, right? And I'm going to guess that's where it is. So we'll have that conversation and get you the sweet deal. That is coming up at in the 8 o'clock hour. News on one of the big rivalries for New Mexico State, which is a little bit surprising. There's football news. One of the wide receivers got paid, and it wasn't the one we were talking about yesterday up in San Francisco. Paul George, more surgery. The Open Championship is coming up this week across the pond, the final major of the year in golf. So we got a ton to do today. I'm looking forward to it. And, of course, Media Day tomorrow. Gets started tomorrow for the Mountain West Conference. The SEC is going on today. So there's college football news to talk about as well after what Greg Sankey had to say yesterday at the SEC. So let's get in at 505-246-0610. We'll get into the quarterback rankings that came out, because it's perfect fodder for this, and you and everybody's talking, how can this guy be there? And we can play that game if you want to as well. All at 505-246-0610. I got a jeweler. Saw him yesterday in the hallways. You see John Thomas coming, walking down the hallway? Did you see him yesterday? My jeweler is John Thomas. John Thomas Jewelers is the spot. And if you are getting engaged, there literally is no other place that you should go. Right now, they have over 3,000 men's and women's bridal rings on hand for you to try on. If you don't like exactly what they have, they will create one for you. Right there on premises, you can create your own custom ring. And they've created something called the No Regrets Engagement Ring. So any ring that you design with them is guaranteed and warranted for a year. You can exchange it. So if she doesn't love it, you can bring it back within a year and exchange the ring for something she loves. And any ring you design with them, you'll see it in 3D before they make it. They'll preview it for you if you want in 3D printed wax before they make it in their precious metals. If she wants something different, you got an entire year to redesign it. No penalty, even on custom-made rings. Their rings come with a free lifetime warranty nationwide, and their diamonds are hand-selected in Antwerp, Belgium by John Thomas Jewelers. The diamond capital of the world is Antwerp, Belgium. It's the No Regrets Engagement Ring, and it's exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. They're on the third floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. Go by, see why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 straight years, and called and voted one of the coolest jewelry stores in America. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential.
Goes best sportsbook.
Big bombs to the big dumper last night. I know that sounds weird. But I mean, that's what happened. I'm just reporting the news. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Thank you for finding us this morning and every morning on 95.9 FM and AM 6 to the Sports Animal. All-Star game tonight. And I guess there's always controversy. You have to have something to scream about, right? People aren't happy unless they got something to complain about. And so the issue is Jacob Misiorowski, who's pitched 5 games in Major League Baseball and is on the National League All-Star team instead of a couple of Phillies, and instead of a lot of other players. He's 23 years old. He's thrown regularly over 100 miles an hour. He opened up, his debut was just, June 12th, like a month ago, right? Against St. Louis. He threw 5 no-hit innings, left with some cramping, but they won. He's 6'7". That's how tall he is. His record is 4-1. His ERA is 2.81. He's got 33 strikeouts. He's given up 12 hits in 25 2/3 innings. JJ, he's pitched 25 2/3 innings in his big league career, and he is an all-star. I guess Christopher Sanchez is the one that everybody's screaming about, or Ranger Suarez. You good with him being in the game?
No. But
Okay.
This is kind of baseball stuck between a rock and a hard place. Everyone screams they don't promote their young players. They don't promote excitement. We have an exciting young player who's kind of, well, he's not going to pitch in the futures game. But you realize, man, this is a really good pitching talent. So what do you do? And they're like, well, let's put him in the All-Star game.
Paul Skeens was in it last year, but he pitched the whole first half of the season for the Pirates. He was a rookie sensation. The Phillies are upset, and their players are upset. Trey Turner especially is outspoken. The Phillies left-hander Christopher Suarez is 8-2 with a 2.5 ERA. Feels like he should be on the team. Now, this goes back to the argument that we've been running as a promo, and I know that I'm in the minority on the opinion. If a guy like, I don't know, I don't think Hunter Goodman took his spot because they'd have another catcher on there. But if every team didn't have to be represented, you probably would have more room for the more deserving. And this is where I understand your argument, right? A guy like, but does Christopher Suarez, or I'm sorry, does Ranger Suarez or Christopher Sanchez make the team? Suarez is 7-3 with a 1.94 ERA. I think it was Trey Turner said it's become the Savannah Bananas. And in some respect, maybe it is. And in some respects, maybe to your point, that's what Major League Baseball is looking for because, I don't know, the Savannah Bananas are selling out every damn stadium they go into, right? They're getting gigantic crowds, way bigger crowds than most Major League Baseball teams are getting. They've got a TV deal now. The Savannah Bananas are, maybe more popular than Major League Baseball in a lot of places.
Yeah. But it's also a model you can't emulate because you're talking about 2 or 3 days in one spot and then you're gone versus trying to sell X amount of times at a game. And I guess you can do backflips all you want, but there's always going to be a definitive line, even in sports that everyone screams it's entertainment. Sure, but you can't bake your way through a regular season.
All right, so who's this for? Dave Roberts is the manager of the Dodgers. He's the manager of the All-Stars team. Quote from Dave Roberts on Miz being on the All-Star team. If it brings excitement, attention to our game, then I'm all about it. I think for me, kind of my North Star is the All-Star game should be the game's best players. It's about the fans and what the fans want to see. End quote. He said 15 different things. Who is the game for? Is it for the fans? Is it about, this is their showcase. We talk about it all the time about the NBA. It's their showcase. Show me your best. Play some defense. Do something. Right? Who's it for? Is it for Ranger Suarez and Christopher Sanchez and Jacob Mizorowski? Or is it for 10-year-old big dumper sitting at home in Moline, Illinois?
Yeah, but if there's stuff in your contract, I can understand where maybe there's more frustration from the player side about it.
Yeah, if you get bonus and you missed out on a bonus for it, yeah, 100%. Robert said he's going to bring Miz into the game as early as the 5th inning. He said it'll be electric. The fans, the media, you're going to love it. Great. That's fine. Does it bother you if I'm indifferent on this? I guess I don't have a dog in the fight. This is one of those, we always talk about the integrity of the game. And what about the integrity of the game? And so I would agree that I think the most deserving, is this young man deserving? Does an all-star mean you have to be, is it longevity? Or is this guy come in 25 and third innings or whatever I told you was, and proven to you that, well, he actually is one of the best in the game in 25 and a third innings. Is he better than Sanchez or Suarez? I don't know that he is. They've got a bigger sample size, and I always preach sample size, and I understand that. But I understand that for a game that, by the way, which I think has done a really nice job over the last 3 to 5 years in turning their image around, in promoting, in changing, in evolving, in getting more modern. I think they've done a wonderful job with it. With rule changes they're going to introduce to the All-Star game tonight, the first time you're going to see in the big leagues, you're going to see the automatic balls and strikes, the robot strike zone. Like you see, you don't even notice it when you go to an Isotopes game. People are losing their freaking minds over this. I got to tell you, I'm indifferent. I just don't. It doesn't bother me at all that they're going to run this kid out there, because the bottom line is, I'm probably more excited to see him than I am.
Then watch the Futures game. This is one where I look at Christopher Sanchez and the dude has 122 strikeouts.
He should be there.
32 walks.
He should be there.
But he doesn't throw 100 miles per hour, so Not at the All-Star game.
Yeah, he's not as exciting. He's not. I know. And that's wrong. He should be there. But by the same token, if he was going to come into pitch, I would go, all right, there's the Phillies guy, and he's good. All right, next. They're going to bring this guy out. Here's this kid who's pitched 25 innings. Let's see what he does against the best. This kid's going to get more pub than anybody but Ohtani and Judge tonight. Want to bet?
Yeah, it's the reaction you want from Major League Baseball.
And that's kind of why I got to tell you, I don't know that it's totally wrong. On the basis of what's right and wrong, the integrity of the game, what it should be All-Stars, I'm with you. It should be Suarez or more so Sanchez, right? I think I agree with you on that. One of those guys should have been in. But where baseball's going, and
because this is like, it's a snapshot of, this could be Christopher Sanchez's best season.
You're right.
You look at,
he may never get here again.
21, 22, his ERA was over 5.
I know.
And then he has his moments like, well, you just don't throw 100 miles per hour. So
yeah, you're not as nearly as exciting.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, we got enough Dominican pitchers. We're gonna have this kid come in. I think I'm with you. By the way, I mean Sanchez is 6'6", 200 pounds, big tall kid. But I believe I'm with you. Like, I'm not irate over it, but I believe that Sanchez and probably even Suarez got wronged because they went for the gimmick. And is it a gimmick? I don't know. Maybe the kid's really good. Maybe he's the next greatest pitcher ever. I don't know. Like, I like watching him pitch. I watched him against the Dodgers the other day. He comes off, he's pumping his fist, and like he's pretty damn good.
Oh, he's got talent for sure.
I kind of feel that there's going to be a lot more All-Star games for him. And at 1-1 with a 6.52 ERA away from home, I think I agree with you. They should have gone the other way. And I've listened to a lot of people tell me, nope, it's absolutely the right thing. The hell with Suarez and Sanchez. This is about the bigger good. This is about baseball. This is about what's good for the game. And that argument might even be right. More people are going to, I don't know, is anybody going to tune in just to see Jacob Misiorowski as opposed to they wouldn't tune in if it was Sanchez or Suarez? No. But they might talk about it.
Yeah, you're going to get conversations like we just had, probably more snapshots on social media of that performance and reaction to that when he takes the mound.
I guess. I think you swayed me your way. I think you're right. And they should have gone the other way. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I mean, if you're in the promotion thing and you don't care, I mean, you care less about Christopher Sanchez or Ranger Suarez. You want to watch this guy throw 100 miles an hour. All right, well, you're going to get it tonight. Check around the 4th, 5th inning. We come back, latest receiver to get paid. A whole lot of money. Who's he catching passes from? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Residential Roofing and Solar Services. For more info, we would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Juwan Jennings, the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver, demanding a trade or a new contract. Neither has happened as we sit here this morning at 7:33 in the morning, Mountain Time on Tuesday. But the Jets paid their wide receiver, Garrett Wilson. His future was, I don't know, at the end of the season last year, a little murky. They didn't know what was going on there. He's their stud receiver. 4 years, $130 million extension, making him one of the highest paid receivers in the NFL. $90 million JJ guaranteed. It's the fourth most in a wide receiver's contract, and it marks the first time in the history of the National Football League that a receiver has broken the $31 million average per season mark after playing only 3 seasons. $32.5 million average, and it's the fifth highest amongst NFL wide receivers. You good with this deal?
Very good with this deal. You look at the quarterbacks that he's been catching passes from, you can't name half of them. They're trying to establish a new foundation moving forward. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner are definitely a part of that. You expect, Sauce to get his kind of re-up deal sooner rather than later. Both these guys were the offensive and defensive rookie of the years, and you have a cheap quarterback room right now, and you're hoping that you can ignite some of that Ohio State magic with Justin Fields this year and Garrett Wilson, but to have career highs in receptions and receiving yards last year, to be able to produce the way he has been able to produce consistently when quarterback play has not been great with the Jets. This is an easy deal to get done with a franchise player.
Highest paid wide receivers by average salary per year. Jamar Chase of the Bengals averaging $40.3 million. Justin Jefferson of the Vikings, $35 million. CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, $34 million. DK Metcalf, now at Pittsburgh, $33 million. And Garrett Wilson passed A.J. Brown with the $32.5 million. Brown at $32 million. He wants to be a Jet for life, he says, or until the next contract negotiation comes up. It's going to be Justin Fields this year that's throwing in passes, and we'll see. But they got a new coach. They got a whole new coaching staff. They got a new quarterback in there. I think he's terrific. I think Garrett Wilson is terrific. And this crop of young receivers in the league, Drake London is one of those guys I really want to see start to get a chance to catch some balls. So there's some that I think are emerging. You saw what Puka Nacua did over the first 2 years. And he'll probably, he has another year like this, and he's got Devontae Adams there now. He's going to be one of these guys. And what do you pay him, right?
Oh, no question. You look at Garrett Wilson, will be 25 next year. Perfect deal to get him locked in really through the rest of his prime. And you got Aaron Glenn and company trying to establish something over the next few years with the Jets. And when you have players locked in, you'd always want to get the quarterback right first. But in this case, they have the other positions right. And they have a year or two to, Justin Fields this year, but you never, in the NFL, you don't feel like you have a long runway at all to figure something out. But the quarterback position for the Jets,
they got to figure it out.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, you lock in. There's players up and down that defense that are very good. You look at, what they found in Breece Hall, the running back room. All right, you got Garrett Wilson. Now it's just get someone that can consistently get them the football.
So what does that mean, if anything, do you think, to Jauan Jennings? Because this is one of the weirdest ones. I'm trying to think of number 2 wide receivers who have done this, and T. Higgins is the only one that really comes to mind to me. That have said, trade me or pay me, right? Typically you get number 2 receiver. Yeah, he's good, but man, who are you to demand? And I don't know what he's demanding. Do you? Have you seen any numbers on what he wants? He's set to make $15.3, almost $15.4 million this last year of his contract. And it seems like $15.4 million for a number 2 receiver is pretty significant when they just paid Brandon Ayuk, their number 1 guy, $25 million last year, and then he blew out his was it ACL or Achilles or whatever he blew out. I just don't know what he thinks he's worth. And if I'm the Niners, I'm like, dude, I'll extend you, but you're not making more than you're making. Like
it's the only power play of his career.
Okay.
You look at where he's at. He's a 20-year-old receiver that had the best year of his career. And it's what's happening is exactly what's going through your mind. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is the only time ever Jauan Jennings is going to feel like he has any sort of leverage, and it really isn't that much leverage.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got. And I don't know that it's worth making all the noise, because it feels like, if you ask me, the probable scenario, how does this end up, Jauan Jennings is going to end up somewhere else. They got Ricky Prohl, right? No, Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Prohl was a lot of years ago. Ricky Pearsall, that they drafted, who evidently is completely healthy, recovered from the gunshot, and he played last year, that they really like.
I know, it's all,
Demarcus Robinson.
All those white wide receivers.
Named Ricky with a P. Yeah. There's a
it's
lot
like
of
one dude, right?
George Kittle.
Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. It's all the same person.
Yeah, they weren't. They weren't the same guy?
It's just more different.
Short
jerseys.
Caucasian guys cutting across the middle for Tom Brady. That wasn't the same guy. I look. Do you consider him the number 3 weapon there? Ayuk, Kittle. I would say Kittle 1, Ayuk 2.
4.
Who's 3?
Christian McCaffrey.
Well, yeah, throwing the football. Yeah, obviously, yes. That's totally fair. For my number 4 weapon, and you're demanding what, $20 million? Like, good luck to you, man. No, would be my answer. We appreciate you're under contract. Go out and have another year and go get paid.
Because you look at the depth behind him.
Yes.
Demarcus Robinson could slide into that role.
I agree with that.
Now, he's not as big. Juwan Jennings is a big target, which is always nice. But it's one where if you're the 49ers, you're like, really? Of all the things that
that's right
they've done, of all the contract negotiations, Juwan Jennings wants to be the dude then, right before camp, throwing a wrench into this.
Yeah. I mean, shut up and go to work. We got so much going on. We just went through the quarterback. We just paid our quarterback. We paid our receiver last year. We paid our lineman. No. Like, you're making good money this year, bro. Go to work. Continue to get better. Maybe you get paid again. 505-246-0610. When we get back, Aggie fan, you got rivalries. You got two rivalries, right? The Lobos have one. They have the Aggies. Yeah, UTEP's kind of a rivalry, but not that bitter, see them at work every day rivalry. Aggies have two. They have the Lobos and UTEP, and they play them every year. Or do they? Big news on one of your rivalries when we get back. Hey, with summer in full swing, your car's taking a workout, isn't it? You're going on road trips. You got stuff everywhere. The back seat looks like just a sandbox. Take care of it. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is going to do that for you. They will come to you, and they will get your car looking, feeling, and smelling brand new. They detail your vehicle at your convenience, wherever it works. I don't know where they are. They know where I am. They come to my office. Voted best in the city, they will come to you and get your car looking, feeling, smelling like the day you took it off the lot. Remember how fun it was to be in your vehicle? You can have that again with On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Talk to them about their ceramic coating and paint protection film. Keeps your car looking flawless. It'll guard against rock chips and bugs and UV damage. Keep that showroom shine through every summer adventure. While you're at it, get your windows tinted for a cooler, more comfortable drive. They'll come to you. They're best in the city. I love what they do, and I know you will as well. It's On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Book and buy. It's all online. OTSdetailing.com. That's OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of Pro-V Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I've ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located...
Fan, you always wonder where the Aggie game is. I think you do. Certainly in basketball, I believe in football. Aggie fans, you look at where you're playing the Lobos, where you're playing the Aggies. When is it? It's a big deal. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. So for many years, the Miners and Aggies, separated by about 40 miles or so, campus to campus, were in different leagues, and so this was always a non-conference game in football and basketball. And when New Mexico State joined Conference USA, a few years back, they became league games and freed up a spot on the schedule for another non-conference game in football and a couple more in basketball. And so, as you well know, you schedule multiple years out for football. Well, New Mexico State is remaining in Conference USA, but UTEP is leaving the conference after this coming season, joining the Mountain West. And the Aggies don't have room on their non-conference schedule. They got contracts, JJ, where there's nowhere to play the Miners. They can't get out of their contracts. They're playing, when they join the Mountain West, they're going to play, whether it's 8, I believe it's going to be 8 conference games. And there's nowhere to play the Aggies. And so in 2026 and maybe even in 2027, the Aggies and Miners will not play the rivalry of I-10 in football. They will play in basketball and other sports. This series goes all the way back to 1914. It was interrupted for COVID, and then it was interrupted in 2003. This is kind of a big deal to the fans. This is a big game, and it doesn't matter what the record is, and they play it late in the season. They usually get a good crowd, and even if both teams or one team isn't playing well, this is a pretty big deal, I think, for both of these teams, because it might be their biggest game of the year.
Yes, it's the one that, and you've talked about this so many times, kind of whether it doesn't matter where you play it because of the proximity.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy for fans to get to that game. It's easy to make it a day. It's easy, and that is a rare thing in college athletics. It's a rare thing in sports for fans. Something that simple to do, and it's off the schedule. It's a bummer. It's definitely a missed revenue opportunity.
Yeah, I'm curious, Aggie fan or even Miner fan, I mean, is this something you'll miss? I think it is. How big of, and what's I've always wondered, and I think it varies on Aggie fan. Aggie fan who grew up in Albuquerque, or Aggie fan who has moved to Albuquerque. I believe the rivalry with New Mexico is the bigger rivalry than it is with UTEP, and I think that there's fans that are based down in Las Cruces, El Paso area that's the bigger one. But they're both pretty big, man. And this, each week, it's a rivalry week. They play for a trophy. What do they play for? The Silver Spade or something like that. I think there's a spittoon involved. I think there's 2 trophies in that one that travel back and forth. This is one of those things, and this doesn't fall into that category because historically they have not been in the same conference. But this is where I think regionality breaking up in college athletics is taking away some of the great tradition. And you could say whatever, make new tradition and figure it out. The fact that Texas and Texas A&M didn't for a while until Texas just joined the SEC play was wrong. They should play every year, right? Oklahoma State aren't playing this year. How is Bedlam not on the schedule? It's one of the great rivalries in all of sports. And by the way, I think it's the best. Is it the best name for a rivalry game? I mean, there's like unmitigated hate, I think, is a couple of those. But I mean, how is that game not on the schedule? Don't you agree with me? I mean,
yeah, it's a bunch of bitterness too,
because they're in different leagues. Yeah. Iowa State figure out how to do it. New Mexico State have always figured out how to do it, being in different leagues. Georgia Tech, I believe, have always done it, even though they're in different leagues. Florida State are in different leagues. They figure out a way to do it. This one is the way it is now because of the scheduling, right? You look out years in advance, and it's just, you know who they're playing. And it's just, I don't know, man. I look at these things and I hate it. I just hate when these sorts of things fall apart. The fans, because it's always the fans who are the ones who are left holding the bag, In 2027, New Mexico State has their non-conference. Well, 2026, they play at Hawaii and they'll play New Mexico. I don't see anything else on there. 2027's full for New Mexico State. At Texas, home for Hawaii, at New Mexico, and at Northern Illinois. I don't see, at least what I'm looking at, schedule for 2026, but evidently it's full. So, it's a bummer. JJ, do you believe, and I'm switching a little bit, but staying in college football, do you believe that they get this thing solved, a format for expanding the playoff by December 1st? And I say that because they got a system in place right now that, I don't know, you have a 1-year sample size that kind of worked. The Big Ten and the SEC are going to make the decisions, but the Big Ten wants to do one thing and the SEC wants to do something else. And Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, said yesterday, we have differing opinions. And he kind of alluded that we have a 12-team playoff right now. We can stay that way if we don't agree on what we want to do. Do you think there's a chance they stay at 12? I like 12.
I think there's a chance. That's 12 this year regardless, right?
Yes, it is 12 this year, yes.
And then when you said December 1st for the following year?
This is the they've set that deadline. This is the final year of the cycle, right? So everything starts theoretically next year. I mean, that's BCS, or actually BCS, CFP, bowl contracts theoretically are all up for renewal, but nobody can renew bowl contracts because you don't know how many teams are going to be in the playoffs, so everything's being held up by that. So there's a chance they're going to say everything renews for one more year. I mean, it's all being held up by this. But the fact that, Tony Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner, spoke out 5 days ago, and he acknowledged the SEC's different view. And the SEC, the Big Ten wants 4 guarantees. The SEC, I think, is 5. They want 5 and 11. And if those two don't come to an agreement, maybe it stays the way it is.
Then it absolutely stays the way it is.
It's really interesting, man. It's really interesting. Because these are the two conferences, these are the two people who are going to make this decision. And everybody else is going to just go along. I mean, the Big 12 and Brett Yormark can scream all he wants, right? The ACC and Jim Phillips can
Oh, yeah, you're stuck in the back seat.
Yeah.
To pipe down.
Yeah.
Adults are talking.
Yeah, and then Gloria Navarro's going to talk tomorrow, and they're kind of in the trunk, right?
They drove past you.
I mean, you're along for the ride. You can theoretically have a seat at the table. Boise State was in the playoff last year.
It's pretty much like when you finally get to the adult table, but you're sitting there and you're like, no one's acknowledging me, and I can't participate in any of this conversation.
God, you don't even get the stuff, man. They didn't
It's going to go back to the kids' table over here. It's more fun.
Yeah, they didn't even pass you the potatoes. Like, you get nothing. Remember the cheesy sweet potatoes?
So good.
You don't even get those. Yeah, they are pretty good. This is interesting. As everybody's talking, and, the coaches will all talk, and somebody will say something most likely today. And you'll go, oh, did you hear what that guy said? And, whatever. But, like South Carolina's Shane Beamer said yesterday, right? That football is no flash in the pan. There is no ceiling. We can do whatever we want. We talk some college football coming up in a little bit. Bo Davidson's going to be with us. Bo is the general manager for Lobo football. We got a sweet deal for you today. Bo's going to be in. What does the general manager do? It's kind of a new thing. Talk some Lobo football here in a little bit. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
And JJ Buck.
All-Star game tonight. Home Run Derby last night. Boy, did the Big Dumper put on a show. You a fan yet? You a fan of Family Dump? Daddy Dump, Little Brother Dump, the Big Dumper firing balls out of the yard all night long. Opening drive, Jeff Sibieta and JJ Buck. Thanks for finding us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We're going to catch up with Bo Davidson here in a little bit. He is the general manager of Lobo Football. We got a sweet deal for you with Lobo Football. I'll get you started, JJ, because we've already got the emails coming in on Lobo Football. And yes, we're going to have a sweet deal on tickets, and there's going to be an opportunity for them to move tickets and you to get half-price tickets. Rod says when you have the usual suspects constantly on their hands and knees begging people to buy tickets, begging people to go to the games, I think the perception is Lobo Football isn't any good. They need to create an impression that a Lobo Football ticket has value, something that has scarcity. To do this, we need to admit this, there's never going to be 35,000 in that place again. Till we do this, things will never change. Davalos adding those seats and having to fill them has been an albatross around Lobo Athletics' neck for almost 3 decades. We tear down the east side grandstand, replace it with some premium seats, chair backs, not suites, which have been a disaster across the street. Not sure they have. Restrooms and a food court where fans can get something other than cold Lobo dogs, watered down Cokes, and empty hot chocolate dispensers. This should bring capacity at University Stadium down to the high 20s, high 20s to 30,000, which is a much more manageable number, more realistic of where the program of the Mountain West Conference is. It's from Rod. There's a lot in there I agree with. I have no problem with them doing a suite. I promise you that in Logan, Utah, and in Fresno, California, and in Honolulu, Hawaii, and in San Diego, all those programs are out on local medium with ticket deals and ticket specials trying to sell season tickets. It's not just here at the University of New Mexico. I guess the only place, and I'm going to guess Boise State probably is too, pretty much of an easier sell when they're the big game in town. They're your Lobo basketball, and they're coming off a college football playoff appearance, right? But do you have a problem with them doing something like this or whatever it is they're doing to sell? Does it look desperate to you? Because to me, I'd have a problem if they weren't doing something like this.
I do not have a problem with Sweet Deal or any mini ticket plans that they put out, which I think are pretty cool.
That's right.
2 mini ticket plans that they dropped yesterday.
Yep.
Where you can get like 3 games, not committing to an entire season, but that's what you're trying to create value with, is getting people interested, getting them into the stadium. Maybe it's not going to be for every game, but if you locked in for 3, and yes, there's a lot of marketing 101 in that email. I get it. You create value for a ticket. You don't want to give stuff away, because if you give stuff away, people aren't going to use it. But this isn't giving stuff away. This is still people buying tickets. Now, I'm all on board for a party deck type of deal.
Yes.
Like, I think that'd be fantastic. That'd be super cool. But, until you get there, you still have to do your job marketing, and there's never going to feel like there's a scarcity of tickets in a football stadium.
Yeah, look, a couple of things to this. I don't have a problem getting capacity down to that number either. San Diego State just built their new stadium. There's capacity right around 30, right? I think the new one at Colorado State's 32, 34, something like that. I don't think anybody's yelling and screaming you need a 50,000 seat stadium here. I push back a little bit on you with suites. I don't know that I think the suites have been a disaster across the street. If you ever go up to the suite level at the Pit, most of them, especially, they're mostly full and bought, and they're a revenue generator. Now, what's the right number? We can have that conversation. I do believe you need more premium seating. You just do. Now, if that's club level stuff, if that's party deck stuff, you do need more suites. I'll tell you this: running a bowl game, there's 7 total. When you give out, to your title sponsor and presenting sponsors, and each team gets 2, and there's just none there.
Now,
yeah,
I will say,
yeah,
everyone complains about kickoff times.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a party deck on the east side, how long are you going to be in the sun?
No, it's going to be hotter than blazes out there. Yeah, you're going to again. Then they're going to complain there's not enough shade. I was having this conversation with yesterday. They need more shade. Do they? I mean, honestly.
You're outside.
It's going to be too hot, too cold, too early, too Saturday. I get it. Rod, I don't know that I think they're begging. I mean, should they not promote? Should they not market? Should they not offer ticket packages and specials? Is it begging by going out and promoting their product? I mean, I don't know. Are United, when they did it, were they begging people to go out to their games? When Jimmy or Jersey Mike's comes in and Pizza 9, are they begging you to buy their product when they do the sweet deal? They sell out within 3 minutes, and their places are killing it, and they keep expanding. It's obviously working. Yeah, I think we all agree. Well, almost all of us agree that something needs to be done with that stadium across the street. It doesn't need to be expanded. It needs to be modernized. It needs to be brought up to today. I mean, just, yes, it needs to be fan-friendly. It needs to be something you want to go to. I don't know that I think the suites have been a disaster. I don't. I go over there, and they're a revenue generator, and you need premium seating. That's why we create the tents in the end zone, on the south end zone for the bowl game. JJ, I know it doesn't look great, like we're working on the aesthetics, but I've got to create some premium seating, some access, right? And that's why we do that. So yeah, I listen to that. Is there never going to be 35,000 in the stadium again? I don't know, man. But like, if they start winning, they win this year. If they win next year, will people come back? I hope so. I don't. I'm done predicting what fans are going to do. It's almost. I'm trying to find the right way to say this, and I don't. Global fan, basketball fan, almost. Well, I'm really trying to find the right way to word this. JJ, tell me if I'm wrong. This global basketball fan, the loyal basketball fan, the one who's I don't care about football, almost feel like they're above going to a local football game. like it's below them. That like
Yes.
why would I stoop that? I wouldn't, right?
Yes. Just feel they're just done with it. They're like, I'm tired of investing.
Like I'm better than that. Yeah. Somehow you got to go over that perception. I think winning will get you there. Now, how much winning do you have to do, and how competitive you have to be? Look, and what are you competing for? And I get it. It's a different story, football and basketball. But I had this conversation yesterday with a good friend of mine, and San Diego State guy was in town, but really loves New Mexico. And we had the conversation we had on the air. It's about football. Why did New Mexico get left behind? And we went over the conversation about where you are, your whole athletic department. I mean, there's a story that just came out yesterday. Lobo Club raised $11.1 million, up 14% from the year prior. How you're the highest ranked non-Group 5 team in the Learfield Cup. How all these great things. How geographically you fit, how it's football. It's football, it's football, it's football. All right, we're going to talk football with the general manager of Global Football. Bob Davidson's going to be here, and we're going to do the sweet deal. I'll tell you what it is. 505-246-0610. We'll do that coming up when we get back. Got LaBarge Landscape coming out to the house. I needed a cleanup, man. It just got away from me. It wasn't like just gross, but it was on his way to being out of control. And so I called LaBarge Landscape. They are specialists in maintenance and design, cleanup and repair. Over 80 years of experience at LaBarge Landscape. They do what they say they're going to do, and they're the best at what they do. And you can trust LaBarge Landscape because they are licensed, they are bonded, they are insured. But not only because of that, because they are proud of what they do, because they are proven, because they've been doing it in this community. They get it done, and they get it done well. They're family-owned, they're family-operated, they are local, and they specialize in professional landscape construction, in maintenance, in cleanups, in irrigation, design, synthetic turf, and walls. At LaBarge Landscape, they take pride in their work in every single job. They treat your home, they treat your property as if it's their own. They respect your property. They clean up after themselves. They pay attention to detail. You're going to love the way your yard looks. Maybe you don't know exactly what you want. They'll walk you through that as well. I love what they do. I know you will as well. I needed a cleanup, sprinkler system overhaul. There was no question who I was going to call. They're your landscape solution. Go online. You can book an appointment. Get a free estimate. LaBargeLandscape.com. That's LABARGE, LaBargeLandscape.com. Or give them a call at 505-345-3000. That's 505-345-3000. Whether your project is large or, well, small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Conference. Should be an interesting time in Vegas. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We got a sweet deal for you on Lobo football tickets. I'm looking forward to that. I will tell you what they are. It's going to go hot on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Coming up at 9 o'clock, it's you'll get. You got it? Is that not working for you? Is that turning on? Are you plugged in? That should hear it. Yeah. All right. Bo Davidson's here. He's the general manager for Lobo football. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Explain general manager. I think it's for so many people, I think the new term in college football, they're like, wow, what general manager, what does that do? But the evolution of where college football is and the business side of it, and with contracts and NIL and everything else that goes with it, this has become necessary. And we talked to Jason Eck, the new coach, earlier, and he says, yeah, no, I think we're going to do this. And he and I have talked a little bit about your role, but I'd love for you to explain to football fans who are just brand new to this whole position, what is a general manager going to do?
It's a large umbrella. First of all, you still do all the recruiting stuff that the director of player personnel or director of recruiting always did in the past. So you're still digging through the rosters of other teams. You're looking at high school guys. You're evaluating talent all the time, on your team, off your team, and then high school guys. So you're constantly doing that. You're building the recruiting schedule, where our coaches are going, all that type of stuff. So basically all the normal stuff. But now the new side of it is dealing with the contracts, dealing with the market. You don't want to overspend on players. When you go in these negotiations with guys, you got to be smart. Like, hey, I'm not going to pay you $500K. You're worth $100K.
And he says, well, Colorado State just offered me $250. You're
great,
like, well,
go get it. 100%. And you have to set your limits, or you'll end up with one good player and a bunch of bad players. Yeah. So you got to build that whole roster.
Now, you come over from Memphis, which was a program. You've been at Georgia Tech and Texas Tech and a lot of places. Why was this place attractive, and what Jason's trying to build here?
Talk to Coach Eck for about 10 minutes, and you'll know why it's attractive.
I agree with that.
He's a hell of a person, and I've enjoyed talking to him. He has a great plan. He's had success everywhere he's been, and I keep telling people he's a good person.
So, the track record here, right? I know you did your research,
absolutely,
and he did too. And Frank was writing the notes and going through it. We said this will be, I believe, my 29th or 30th Lobo football season I've been in this market. Seen some good ones, seen some not so good ones. JJ and I talked to the head football coach every Monday after games, and we went down and looked at our record. It's like, damn, dude.
Maybe it's us.
It could be. Maybe it is. We've covered, and we do New Mexico State on Tuesday, and it's like, man, we've talked to coaches after a lot of lost games. Why is it going to be different? Obviously, you guys both come in and say, okay, I know what's happened, but you obviously have a vision of turning this thing around. Why can it turn around here?
Well, first of all, we've completely flipped the roster.
Yes.
I mean, it's a whole new team. And what you saw last year is not what you're going to see this year. You got a whole new staff as well. I was with Spence Nowinski, defensive coordinator at Memphis, and he's a hell of a coach. He's a different dude, but he's a hell of a coach. I don't know if you've had.
It's a good way.
I know y'all have delay buttons in radio.
Where is it?
If you ever get them in here, you're gonna keep your finger on that
There,
one.
my hand's on the red button. He's been hanging around Spence. It's like being in a hockey locker room. It just rubs off.
Oh, no doubt. And then Slice, our offensive coordinator. I mean, he's like a mad scientist.
But you have the dogs. You have the players.
Yeah.
His players make plays. I mean,
there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And we brought in good players, and that's what makes the difference. You can draw all the stuff you want on the board, but if you don't have good players, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I think we've done a good job of bringing good players and good pieces in that we need here.
Bo Davidson is in studio. He's the general manager for Lobo Football. We got a sweet deal for you I'm going to tell you about here, and you can take advantage of for Lobo Football tickets coming up here at 9 o'clock.
Well, Bo, you discussed, the recruiting and everything that you lay out in those regards, but how do you look at development these days when player movement can be year to year? Do you guys want to invest in young players and hope that you get them for a few years? How do you guys balance bringing in players that can play right away versus trying to look at the future?
Well, you still want to build your roster, and this is coming straight from Coach Eck. You still want to build your roster with high school guys. And the problem is, yes, you're going to develop them. They're going to play well, and they're probably going to leave. But we need to get to a point, and we need to get this city behind us, that when they do want to leave, we can afford to keep them. So I think that's important. And then the other part is, you almost have to look at everybody as a one-year rental because they could be gone tomorrow. You never know. So, yes, we still want to do it the old way. We want to build with a high school roster, but you also have to understand that the minute they start making plays, you better find a backup because he's probably rolling.
With everything that's changed over the last few years, I know fans are still trying to wrap their mind around it, but from your perspective, when you're there every day with the players, and they're able to get more benefits now, but when you're on the field, when you're recruiting, when you're coaching these guys up, is it still the same essence of football, or has that changed for these guys? No,
it's still the same. We coach them hard, and if they don't like it, then they don't need to be here. I mean, if you start babying these guys, you're going to have a bad team. You got to coach it the same way. Football's a tough sport. You still get hit in the mouth. It's still hot. You still got to play through injuries.
Then it's cold.
Then it's cold, yeah. So it's you gotta coach them the same way. If you change, you're gonna end up with a really bad team.
Is there a fine line on their dynamic now that they're getting paid? It's always been the coach is the boss. The coach has had the upper hand. Now when a young man gets to be like I'll take a Devin Dampier for example. I mean, he was a terrific quarterback here. At some point, does the player get the upper hand when money's involved and there's other offers? And I mean, use the word tampering or whatever it is. Somebody's in his ear because somebody else can pay him more.
I don't think it changes. A lot of the coaches don't know what the kids are making. So that's between me and Coach Eck, and he wants it that way. So they still coach him the same way. So we're not going to baby a guy just because he's making whatever he's making. We're going to coach them exactly the same. And like I said, if they don't want to be here, then go. Because if you're not happy, you're not happy. You're not going to be a good player for us. So move on, and we'll find another one.
Yeah, and it permeates through the locker room. He's Bo Davidson, the general manager for Lobo Football. Lobos open up at Michigan on the 30th of August at the Big House, come home for Idaho State, and then go to the Rose Bowl to get things started. Then the Aggies will be in town. I was at Big 12 Media Day last week, and Deion Sanders, of all the coaches who said this might not be the guy that you would expect to say, but Deion Sanders said, I believe there needs to be a salary cap in college football. And look, Deion put on a show, but that was one thing that resonated, and all the other coaches all shook their head. I've been listening to this. This was a common refrain over the last 3 years. They got to figure this out. They got to put guardrails on. I don't know who the hell they is anymore.
Nobody knows.
But do you believe there needs to be a salary cap?
You can put a salary cap on it, but that's a facade.
You're going back to the old days.
Yeah, you go back to the old days. There is a cap right now. You've got the cap for the
$20.5 million.
For the rev share. But then what do? You go You go
Texas
to your
Tech has
you just
50
go to your collective,
Right. Texas Tech has $50
and
million.
then the collective doesn't get it. The guy has it under the table. Like, that's never going to change. And in my opinion, the only thing that will ever change anything is if you give these guys true contracts. You're signing a 1-year deal. You're signing a 2-year deal.
Why can't that happen?
I don't know.
Does that make them employees?
It's
then?
because the kids start suing and
Well, because
everyone's
doesn't
scared.
that make them employees? I mean, are we getting to the point? And if they're employees, do they even have to go to school?
Well, no.
Right. So,
but yes.
But yes.
Well, kind of, because the NCAA's got academic rules, but does,
Right.
does the NCAA even matter at that point? Like that. That's why we're in this vast cycle of everybody doesn't know, and so everybody's going to push it. And from one side, they're going to push the rules. The other side, they're going to litigate.
Right.
And the NCAA loses in every single litigation, and so they're backing off, and that's how
They always take one step backwards. One
Correct.
step backwards, because anytime they get sued, here comes a new blanket waiver. Here comes a new change to the rule.
All right, help people understand now, with the rev share taking effect July 1, which was 15 days ago. What is the role, if any, of the collectives? And I think it varies from school to school. So what's it going to be here?
They're in their same role. The payments are coming from the school.
So the collective is basically a fundraising arm, and the money's then going to go to the university.
Yep, 100%. And they're also helping with, there's other deals you can do. There's signing autographs for whatever.
So
sort
that's
of
real
trade.
NIL, actual
true
NIL.
NIL.
Yeah.
That's what the collective is.
Yeah.
100%. Whatever. Yeah.
Who knew? Bo Davidson's in for a few more minutes with us, the general manager of Lobo Basketball. I mean, really, what it was intended to be?
And you mentioned that everyone's kind of putting their hands up and says, "Who's they?" What's the conversation just with coaches? Do you guys just say, "Hey, we're just going to focus on us, whatever happens," or do you guys try to talk to administrators, try to talk to ADs about what path they're seeing, what kind of discussions they're having with the future of college athletics?
We're always in communication, and we get the rules, and we try and navigate that course as best we can. I think the biggest problem is they keep changing.
Yes.
Just even if you're wrong, pick the wrong one so I can figure out what to do. The hard part is trying to figure out what to do every 5 months. The minute you have a plan, they change it.
Do you like this role? Like, you've been a player personnel guy. Do you want to coach? Do you want to GM? Like what do you? Obviously, you love college football. Your dad played in the NFL. You played at North Texas. You love college football. Do you like this role? Because I think this general manager role becomes more and more vital to programs every single year now.
It's a role that I never thought I would get into. Yeah. I've always wanted to coach. I think the cool part about it is I'm involved with the entire team. And I think that's the part I like. I like being able to help these kids. Ultimately, that's why we coach. You want to see these kids be successful. And if I can help get them here, help get a little change in their pocket, help them get their ID or get their bank account set up, just little things like that. That's why we do all this, because we want to see these kids be successful.
So you're the go-to now. Kid's got a problem, he didn't get paid, or he didn't get enough, or like you're almost the conduit now with the non-football problems before they go to Coach Eck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me though. I mean,
it's their position coach.
It's position coach. Yeah. I've got a great support staff as well that does a lot of things. Coach Eck has an assistant, Gianna. She does a lot more than what people know, and kids are always going to her for help. And that's just kind of your role in the support staff. Is these kids got to be able to come to you, and you just got to be able to help them out. That's your job.
All right, I know you got to get over to News Radio. You got anything else? All right, here's the sweet deal. They're going to go live on our website, 9 o'clock. Go to sportsanimalabq.com. Click on the sweet deal icon. You can get Lobo season tickets, silver section. And you can go. Basically, what's going to happen is you'll get this. You'll print this out and go to the ticket office. They'll walk you through, and you'll pick your seats. But silver section, which is CG, CC, or GG, depending on which side you want to be on. It's $139 value. You're getting them for $139. They're $278. You're getting them for half
basically
price.
2 for 1.
You're getting them at half price,
and that's the center section.
That's and those are all 6 games. $139. You get 2 seats. If you want to go on the wider sections in sections A and B, that's the turquoise section. It's $198 value. You can get all games for $99. You get two tickets to every game for $99.
Yeah, it's less than $10. It's unbelievable.
And Frank Mercogliano said you had 10 players on the preseason Athlon All Conference, which is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You've got All American transfers coming in.
Four All American transfers.
You gave me a stat the other day. I don't know if you know this, Bo.
Frank's got all the stats.
It's unbelievable. So he said to me, "Do you know how many yards?" I asked JJ this. How many yards rushing, returning? He's like, "I don't know, 0." I said, "Less than that." And it's minus 11 yards returning. But what's the number you have of the guys in your running back room that come in? How many yards did they have last year?
So the four guys had 3,700. I think it was 3,857 is what it was. 3,857 yards last year. If they were their own school, they would have been second in the nation, only to Navy in total yards. So we return negative 11, not great, but we really return almost 4,000 yards.
What's the biggest game on the schedule this year? So the Aggie game's always huge.
The next one.
The Utah State game's always big. What's the next one after New Mexico State?
He's just saying the next one.
Oh, okay.
Whatever one's next.
So,
that's...
So the Michigan game's the biggest one.
It's the most important one.
And that's going to be fun.
And it sets the tone for the season.
But from your perspective, as far as Frank, fans, they got the Aggies. They hate San Diego State, Colorado State, Broncos coming in with Utah State.
Yeah, I mean, those are three teams that we're not playing anymore, right? At least in conference play, we're not playing anymore. Idaho State, a special game for me because that's where I got my master's.
Then that's the big one.
That's where we got my master's. And then we have Nevada. So
right. They're hovering outside the door. I'm going to let you go. Bo, it's great to see you. Frank, I'll see you in Vegas later today.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services.
Can you ask if players have to deal with a 1099? Are they divided? Yes. So, Steve, I just now saw this and I apologize. I didn't ask him this, but do the players have to deal with 1099 and tax? Yes, they have to deal with taxes. They every school advises them. You know, now I'm sure at different levels and different specifications as far as you know, how to deal with your taxes and, you know, all that stuff. But yes, they all are dealing with taxes. Where can we find your recent appearance on another Cumulus program, Jeff, for those of us that missed it live? Was I on another Cumulus program?
Kenny Thomas?
I mean, I called the show on the way to the golf course on Saturday. Yeah, I don't know, Jack. I mean, I haven't been on another show in a while. But they're usually archived on the websites. Maury says, be more like soccer, Jeff. Sure, when soccer is at the top of the table, we hear about it. But this week, we won't hear a word about third place United. Instead, the talk will be how fun it is, how people want to go to the games. Compare that to the Lobo football, where you literally have to drag people to the games kicking and screaming. How does Lobo football create that perceived excitement? P.S. That GM put me to sleep. He definitely didn't get me wanting to go to the ticket windows. Really? I thought he was pretty good. You
got a dude that's just football is football. It's not good enough. You got someone that would be come in here and be like rah, and you'd be like, that's terrible. You need to create urgency.
Yeah. I've actually found that really interesting about, what they're doing in the new age of it and that new position. I think there's something to it. JJ, the people who go to United games go because they love the smoke bombs and the flag waving and the chants, right? And they love all that.
It's still new. It's 2019, and they've been successful.
Yeah. People who go to Isotopes games, and they lead their league in attendance, go out because they enjoy the evening, the chili race, and
Duke City Roots, mariachis, fireworks,
food, the food options, the accessibility to get food. No, look,
that's not point in time. Football's football, man.
Yeah, I know.
You can't.
I know.
You put lipstick on a pig all you want. Like, you want to watch a football game or not?
I think there's something. Yeah. Do you want to go to the game or not? Do you want to watch a football game?
And if you're like, well, the food's not good enough, understandable, but then go out to dinner.
Yeah, eat in the parking lot. I mean, how many of you eat in the parking lot? You bring your own food, right? No, honestly. I mean, you tailgate, you grub in the park. Yes. But the stadium, it all comes back to the facility. I mean, what do United and Isotopes have in common? They have a facility that people enjoy going to. It's right across the street. It's not about parking or access, although it's somewhat about access because you can get into the damn ballpark, right? It's about the experience when you're in there. Do I need to have a chili race? Do I need to have more? What do we got to do? I know they've been trying to solve that problem for years. 505-246-0610. You trying to solve a problem with your bathroom? You need a new one? You want to remodel that old bathroom? Maybe you need ADA compliant grab bars and accessibilities because someone in your family is getting older and you want to know they're safe. It is Rebath of Albuquerque. Go by and see them. Call them. They will take care of you. I was just over at their showroom a couple weeks ago. Pretty amazed. I'm not lying to you. Really amazed at the variety, at the amount of options, at everything that they do. Rebath is the largest full bath remodeling company in the country. They're the fastest growing, but they're locally owned and locally operated. They specialize in full look and full remodels. They do it all for you from A to Z. Look, you're not a general contractor. You don't need to be. They give you complete peace of mind. Zero risk. They handle everything from A to Z. No idea what you want? They've got tons of examples. You'll get great ideas. You'll look through it and design exactly what you want. They will send a design specialist out to your house. No pressure. Look through it. You'll get an idea. They're reputable. They have a nationwide warranty, and they're locally owned and operated by people you know. Cole and Sarah McCamey own Rebath. The former Lobo quarterback, he's from Artesia, played football at UNM. She's a graduate of the Anderson School of Business. They love this place, and they're doing great things in this community. Rebath of New Mexico, from southern New Mexico all the way to southern Colorado. Efficiency and convenience. Full bathrooms are done within 5 days. They do bathrooms, kitchens, closets. When you get a crew, they are dedicated to your job. It's not like they're at your place today and they say, well, we'll be back on Thursday because we got another job. No, they're on your job. That's why they're able to get the full bathrooms done within 5 days. It's efficiency. It is convenience. It is excellence. It is warranted. It is guaranteed. Call them for an estimate. They'll send a design consultant out to your home. No high pressure. They are solution-based. It is Rebath of Albuquerque. Go to rebath.com. The website's right there for location. Click on Albuquerque or just give them a call. The number is area code 505-312-8255. 8922. 505 312 8922.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Adventure is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Try this shit better than all my intentions. I can show that you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling.
JJ, but I believe you'd be getting 25 to 28,000 if you won on a regular basis and were competitive. I don't know if you're getting the 35 again on a regular basis. Maybe you are. I'd like to believe that. Maybe if you did it with, tell me if this matters. If you win, let's just say with this team, and in 2 years you're winning and you're competitive and you're 7-5, 8-4, would it make any difference if you won with a quarterback that was a New Mexico kid or an Albuquerque kid? Like would there be an exception? Remember when Cole Gauchi, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think the answer is yes. Because when the Lobos had that 9-win season and they went through, it was Lamar Jordan and Austin Apodaca that year were the quarterbacks. But even when they were winning, and Cole Gauchi, I guess they didn't win much in those days. Do you think it would make a difference? Because no. I don't know if it's 35,000, but I think if they win, you can get it up to in that 25,000 area.
It'd be from Timbuktu, win games. It's a fallback. It's lazy. It's people just at it. Instead of saying, you know what, they don't win, I don't want to go. It's, well, if they Just had a bunch of New Mexico kids on the roster. All right, so you're just showing up to every high school football game?
Yeah, no, that's such a bunch of baloney. And yes, I agree with you 1,000% on that. I mean, how long have you and I listened to? Well, they should just load them up with New Mexico kids. Because so if they go 3-9 or 2-10 with New Mexico kids, you're coming more. There are a lot of New Mexico kids on rosters of bad teams around here. A lot of them. Should you and I do the exercise? I think it would be depressing. How many over the 17 years of the show? Because this show turned.
We did it last year at one point, didn't we?
I think we did. How many times in the same week did the Aggies and Lobos both win? And I think the number was like 5 in the 17 years we've been doing this show. It's kind of crazy that we talked to a winning coach both times. It's just the odds would tell you it's got to be better than that. All right, I got a bunch more for you and from you in regards to the conversation we had with Bo Davidson. You can get in on the big dumper if you want. Cal Raleigh beat the field and won the home run derby. Aggies aren't going to play UTEP in football next year. They will this year. And Teddy Bridgewater says he's been suspended as a high school coach. What? It's the opening drive. He's J.J. Buck. I'm Jeff Zimbietta. The number to get in is 505-246-0610. Thank you for finding us on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProV Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been
in football. Does that exist?
No.
I'm not sure. I think it does either.
Like, and so tell me when you're doing all this stuff. Just between quarters?
Well, it's when you do it during soccer, right? I mean, soccer
doesn't do anything. It's just you have
Flag
a
wavers
fan base that shows up
and chants.
Okay. It's gigantic. Other places, pretty small across.
So the curse of the soccer thing is like a student section in a college basketball game, right?
It's like a really good student section,
right? It's like the show at San Diego State. They do their chants. They, I believe that we will win. They that thing, and the rest of the stadium's just kind of they're there and they're not. That's probably right, right? So
like,
where
football's not a game built that you need to fill time between innings.
Yeah,
like you have all this. How many you stop? You play 9 innings, right? So you have it.
No, you have
all
you
those
have
half
4
innings
TV timeouts
innings.
per. You have 4 TV timeouts at 2 minutes and 35 seconds per quarter.
Yeah,
I mean you do, but I don't know that doesn't mean you can't be the ones who create it. I just don't know that there is a place like that where you just go for the atmosphere. Now you go because you want to go to a game at Notre Dame Stadium, or you want to go to a game in Tuscaloosa. But I'm going to argue with you that you go more for in Tuscaloosa, at Ole Miss, at some of those places, you go more for the pregame than you actually do for the game. Yeah, it's cool to be in a stadium where there's 100,000 people.
And people don't go to Ice Hopes game because of the chili race. It happens during the game, but you don't go for the chili race. You go because it's what you do during the summer. You go to a baseball game.
More people know at the end of the day who won the chili race than who won the game.
Like it's become a part of it, but you're not going to be able to just say, hey, we're racing a bunch of random mascots. and get people to go out to 6 football games.
Yes. And look, you're entertained and you get a beer and it's beautiful out and the mountains turn colors and you're just hanging out with your friends. Like baseball lends itself to that. But I'll go back because what this emailer just said.
It doesn't sound like anyone wants to go to a football game.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to do something on Saturday.
Or
you want to go out to a farmer's market and then you want to go to dinner and you want to go to a movie.
Yeah. And cool, then do it and stop. But I'm trying. This is the first time it's just kind of clicked in my head. Is there a place that all these, like, I want to go to a game in Death Valley. I want to go to LSU for a night game. I've never been there. I want to go. I want that atmosphere. But is the atmosphere made by the fans at the game who are just there, 90,000 strong, and it's LSU and it's Death Valley at night? Or I want to go to a game at the Horseshoe at Ohio State. I've been to Michigan. I've been to Tuscaloosa. I've been to Coliseum. It's the venues themselves that are iconic in that respect. Almost kind of like the Pit, right? Does Global Basketball do anything that is, oh my goodness, look what they did? Did you see the tic-tac-toe, the layup tic-tac-toe game? Is that why you go? Why do you go to Lobo game? Well, because they're way better, Jeff. I don't know. There were seasons that they were way down. You're there for the game.
Even those places you're describing, those people care about the
100%. If Michigan gets beat by the Lobos, they're going to lose their freaking mind.
Now, when people are there, yes, you build around it. It's what Dice Hopes has done a fantastic job. But that's a sport that lends itself to multiple stoppages. To doing things along those lines. Yeah. And what happens when you play a team that's playing no huddle? It's not like you're going to have time in between plays. Yeah, you have the time in between quarters. Okay.
Now I'll buy into this one from Steve. It says, Gents, facilities has everything to do with success. Ask the Scorpions and the Silvers. The lab of the Pit bring folks. It's the venue itself. It's kind of like what's going on at Colorado State. They have not been very good, but that stadium is beautiful, and people are going to see the new stadium. Now, that wears off over time. Hasn't really worked for San Diego State because the football team's been not very good.
Yeah, but it opens up other avenues for an athletic department. And at this point in time, the last thing on my mind would be, what am I doing for 2.5 minutes in between quarters?
That's right.
Like that is not where I'm overspending time if I'm working in the marketing department for UNM Athletics.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think, everybody's calling for, well, they have to market it better. They have to put on better show. What do you think Alabama does so great as the game presentation? Oh, wait, I know what they do. They win every
first round
freaking
picks
year.
on the field.
Yes. That's what they do. This is from John. It says, hey, fellas, as far as a sports stadium venue to go to and enjoy either baseball or football, I've been to Isotopes Park and enjoyed the entire time I was there. Decent price for tickets, and the food there isn't that bad either. Green chili burger is awesome. The fans should be grateful. We who enjoy our local teams and pay the price to see it live and just enjoy the experience, quit complaining. I do believe the venue's the issue. But I can hear that one dude that rips on me on social media just going, no, don't spend another nickel. All right. If they do you think Paul McCartney, I know I said this the other day, if that stadium was more renovated, don't you think Paul McCartney might have played there instead of out at the amphitheater and being able to get 25,000, 30,000 because he's playing stadium tours instead of 13,000? Just asking. And I'm not mad at anybody for it. I think, there's plenty of blame over the years to go around. But what I keep hearing it come back to is the facility and winning.
Yeah, and that's what you have to sell. Is yes, it's going to be, the main tenant is going to be Lobo football.
Mm-hmm.
But to do a complete renovation and or build a new stadium, it more than just helping Lobo football win. It is then creating another venue to attract other bigger events.
Win-win. Cut down nets. Isn't that lyrics of a song somewhere? What was the last time?
Because you look at Snapdragon Stadium, a great one, right? What do they host, right?
league. They've got MLS.
Big soccer teams, big soccer game. I think a Monster Jam event there. Like, you're looking at these other things, and that's the path forward for UNM. It's, you want facilities so you can win, but the only way to get there is by telling people, hey, this is about more than football.
It's an interesting puzzle. All right, 505-246-0610. We're going to turn the page. Oh, Glenn sent me this. Yesterday, Addie from the magazine, who happens to be my daughter, Albuquerque the magazine, was in talking about the beer app. She's 19 years old. And he says, Addison Symbieta equals Peter Trevisani? Hardly. Jeff, I don't know what was more weird, 19-year-old Addison talking about beer or Peter talking with Babalu when the sports station is across the hall. But whether it be Michigan football or soccer, the first thing that was discussed was attendance. Until we get there with Lobo football, it won't be taken seriously. So I guess Peter was next. Trevisani was on with Bob yesterday over on News Radio KQB. I guess he was talking about attendance because they talk about their attendance. Their attendance is really good. Is that all you got to talk about with Lobo football? Like, JJ, we have two extremes here, right? United Soccer tend to lead their press releases with the attendance. That's like in the headline. While Lobo football doesn't, the newspaper always does, right? With Lobo attendance. Because one is on one extreme and one is on the other. And I don't know that I believe attendance should be the headline, but okay, whatever it is. All right, Glenn, I got you. 505-246-0610. Why Teddy Bridgewater's been suspended from coaching high school football. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud
where legends are made.
By the way, I took that beer app that I downloaded yesterday from Albuquerque, the magazine, the Beers of the City. And I had a buddy in town, I think I told you this, and said, hey, look, there's a brewery half a mile from here I've never been to. We get half price pints. And so did that yesterday. Kind of cool. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, Teddy Bridgewater, the former NFL quarterback, guy who led Louisville, is coaching, or was, coaching Miami Northwestern High School. He has been suspended as a high school football coach. JJ, have you seen the story? Do you know for what he has been suspended? For providing players with impermissible benefits.
What do you think this is? Division I athletics?
He put out a social media post. He officially retired from the NFL. Remember, he had that gruesome leg injury. So he retired in 2004. He coached Miami Northwestern to a state championship in his first season as their head coach last year. This is on his Facebook page. Don't judge. He's on Facebook. Like if you post on Facebook, man, you get judged. It's got to be on the IG or what? Like, I mean, Facebook okay?
Facebook's all right.
All right. Quote, damn people done caused all this confusion. Got a phone call tonight, and it's no real investigation going on. I told you I have to be an employee to be investigated. Now the paperwork thing still stands, but there was no investigation. We self-reported. End quote. What? All right. So evidently, there was a July 7th social media post about a week ago. Right? Bridgewater acknowledged covering transportation, meals, and recovery-related costs for his players during the 2024 season. That was last year. In that same message, he encouraged supporters of the high school to contribute financially this year so those expenses wouldn't fall solely on him. Well, evidently those are impermissible. What are we doing? So as a high school coach, I can't pay for some transportation and meals and help a guy recover? Like, I'm not paying. I didn't give him a car. At least I don't think I did. What are we doing? Why am I suspending Teddy Bridgewater for supporting one of his players and giving him a ride or paying? What are we doing? Help me.
I don't have a good answer for you.
I didn't think you did. Because there isn't one. That's why. Not because you don't have answers, because there isn't one. All right, you want some more off-season fodder? So, the poll that came out yesterday ranking quarterbacks that had Jalen Hurts number 9, was that a players poll? Why? Where's this? Why do we do these?
I got to ask ESPN.
All right.
That's where it came from.
Jalen Hurts was 9. The guy who is wearing the belt of Super Bowl champion right now.
So it was NFL executives, coaches, and scouts.
All right. Would you, if you were an NFL executive, would you take part in this? I would decline.
Yes, I would.
Why?
Because it's the meat that feeds the engine that is the offseason.
So just so everybody can scream about it in July?
Part of what we do.
Pardon me if I won't scream about it. I'll acknowledge it, though. And more so, I'll acknowledge it because Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles, acknowledged it. And there's this notion out there, he feels, that Jalen Hurts is along for the ride for the Super Bowl championship. Quote Sirianni, that's bull bleep. And he didn't say bleep. Continued. I mean, he plays the most important position of all sports, and he's the most ultimate team, and it's the most ultimate team game there is. And what I admire about him is his selflessness of doing anything we need to do to win. End quote. Rank him as you will, and that's why these things are so divisive, so explosive. People get so passionate about this. I mean, people lose their mind over their Madden ranking, right? Or their rating. I don't know. Is Jalen Hurts the best quarterback in the league? I think you've got your top four that everybody's consensus on, with Mahomes 1, and then a combination of Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, 2 through 4, correct? Is that kind of where the whole
I think
world
the top 4 is settled. And then you put kind of whatever order you want them to be.
But Jayden Daniels is slipping in a lot of people's places, but okay. But right, the top 4 is settled.
Also, that would have been C.J. Stroud 2 years ago.
100%. I'm with you. I'm with you. So the top 4 is those guys with Mahomes on the top of almost everybody's list because he keeps winning, and then whatever order you go, Allen, Jackson, Burrow, right?
And then after that, I do think it's fluid. And I think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback.
He was ranked top 10 in this poll.
That's where he came in.
Yep.
And if you tell me if all things are even, I think that's a good way to look at these quarterbacks, and I think it's absolutely fair where he slots in.
Who was above him? Do you have the poll in front of you? Who was 5 through 8?
So 8 was Jared Goff. 7 was Justin Herbert. 6 with Matthew Stafford. And 5 was Jayden Daniels.
With all due respect, with the age of this, I mean, would you rather have Hurts or Goff or Stafford right now, or Daniels for that matter? What doesn't Hurts do?
Hey, times the knock on him was like, oh, he's not the best thrower. It's all Saquon Barkley. Like, okay, the passing numbers are actually good once they settled in, and he completed like 70-some-odd% of his passes in the Super Bowl when it counted. He uses his skills. Like, his legs are important. It's not just the sneak, but it's within the red zone. The same thing Jayden Daniels did.
Can I tell you what I think it is? You got the list in front of you? All right, number 1 is Mahomes, right?
Yes.
10th overall pick, or roughly there. Who's number 2?
It was Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. All right, but I want to go. Here's my theory on this. Go ahead.
Josh Allen.
He was a top 6 pick or whatever.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow was number 1.
Lamar Jackson.
Last pick of the first round. Go on. Who's 5th?
Jayden Daniels.
He was number 2 overall. Who's number 6?
Matthew Stafford.
He was number 1 pick. Who was number 7?
Justin Herbert.
He was a top 3, top 5 pick. Who's next? Number 8?
Jared Goff.
Number 1 overall pick. Sometimes if you are not a first-round pick, and this is the Brock Purdy thing to the extreme, but I think this is a Jalen Hurts thing. He was a second-round pick. And I think for some reason at that position, unless you win a championship, you can't get over. And even in this case, he has won one. You can't shake this whole, well, he's not that good. He wasn't a number 1 pick. For whatever reason, at that position, if you're not a first-round pick, and Lamar Jackson was, even though it was last pick of the first round, but he's still first round. You come into this league, and if you're not that dude, you've got so much more to prove. You've got way less of a leash. You get way less chances. And you get way less credit. Tell me where I'm wrong. Brady had to win how many before they finally, he's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, and there's I think with all these guys, there's always going to be a select few at the top. But I look at Jalen Hurts, and I absolutely want to maximize his strength.
Yes.
And yeah, in 2023, threw the ball 538 times, had 15 interceptions. Well, of course it's going to happen.
How many touchdowns?
I was just looking at, and then, so last year, only threw it 361 times, and he threw 5 interceptions. Like, oh, of course, a sample size of asking a quarterback to do more, but magnify all these guys. It's Lamar Jackson. You don't want to take his legs. Josh Allen. Like, that's sport. It's football. You want to maximize the talent you have in Philadelphia, has done that and some with Jalen Hurts.
I don't get it, man. I firmly believe that there's something to this. It's just people you can't get over he wasn't a first-round pick sometimes. And, again, everybody above him was a first-round pick, and everyone except for Lamar Jackson was a top 10 pick, right? Mahomes was 10th, if I'm not mistaken. And you come into this league and, wow, if you're top 10, you must be really good. And sometimes you're not. Trey Lance, Jamarcus Russell. And you look at a guy like Brock Purdy, and he's put up the numbers. And is Brock Purdy in the top 10? No. But he never will be unless he maybe wins the Super Bowl. And even then, it's going to be, well, yeah, but he's not that good. And you know what? He doesn't give a damn. He got paid. He could care less, I got to believe. But what's the common denominator? Like, they're all higher picked. Like, honestly, right now, I know you love Justin Herbert. But would you take, if you were starting a team right now, you want Hurts or Herbert? I would take Hurts. I don't know if there's a wrong answer here, by the way.
And that's the way it should be when you look at the guys that are in that conversation outside the top 4. It's not easy.
How far down do you go? Who's below Hurts? Like who was 10, 11, 12?
They just did the top 10.
Who was 10?
Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Was Baker Mayfield. All right. That means he's ahead of Dak. Oh, well, that's fair. I mean, where else are you going right now? C.J. Stroud? Trevor Lawrence? Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield?
And that's where individually, what are you judging? Are you judging a guy that has talent and then had success, which has been Baker Mayfield? Mm-hmm. Or are you going to keep saying, well, this dude has it, so it's going to happen?
Totally
and that's
fair.
the Trevor Lawrence.
It's Jordan Love, too.
Yeah.
You want Jordan Love or you want Baker Mayfield? Like, at some point, you got to give Baker Mayfield his love, and I guess that would be giving it to him. Kyler Murray. Yeah, all that's fair. That's good. It's good fodder, and I guess that's all right. You've proven your point, and I guess that is why they do the damn polls. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimалabq.com and JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. There's always one guy. What? Yeah, I'll tell you about that when we come back. Life's too short to not celebrate National Tequila Day. And Twin Peaks knows tequila. July 24th, enjoy top shelf favorites like the House Margarita, Tequila Sunrise, or the bold Cincoro Margarita, served over an ice ball with a tahini rim. And then from July 27th all the way through the 31st, the Summer Bikini Bash is on. Cool off with your favorite Twin Peaks girls and enjoy specials on shots and cans, cocktails and martinis. It's all the ultimate summer send-off, and it's only at Twin Peaks. And don't forget, they're bringing the heat all month long. Late night flatbreads, just $8 from 10 o'clock to close Sunday through Thursday. If you love your bourbon, don't miss their rare bourbon collection featuring exclusive barrel selects, hand-picked just for you. And if you're looking for a job where you can have fun and make great money, text WORK4TP to 85000. You can join the team over at Twin Peaks. And happy hour and lunch combos. Hearty meals starting at just $7.99. Twin Peaks has something for everyone.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
There's always one guy, JJ, Always that dude. Good morning. It's the opening drive. Thank you for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610 the Sports Channel. Tomorrow the show will come from, we'll be by city. Be in Vegas tomorrow at the, I might have to bounce an hour early though, tomorrow, and go hear Commissioner Navarez as Mountain West Media Day starts. During a interview yesterday on the Mac and Cube show in Birmingham, former Alabama quarterback and current Nick Saban co-worker at ESPN, Greg McElroy, one of the college football analysts on ESPN, said he spoke to someone who was adamant that Nick Saban will return to coaching in college football. Quote, a very much in-the-know person that I have a lot of respect for and have spent a lot of time around and just really, really admire. They seem to think Nick is not done coaching. He's pretty adamant that he thinks Nick Saban will be coaching again. End quote. There's always that one dude. Nick Saban's, 74? He'll be 74 in October? I don't know, man. Nick Saban looks pretty freaking happy doing what Nick Saban's doing.
He seems pretty content. And, it's kind of been Jay Wright the last few years, that guy.
Yeah.
In college basketball, but then just, there's Villanova players that plays the Knicks. Of course he's going to coach the Knicks. Saban now, a little bit of buzz there. There's always that one coach you just think is going to come back and just never does.
The reason that Nick Saban got out, or at least one of them, and maybe he just had enough, but it was the whole change in the NIL, and it just wasn't, and he was pretty adamant about it. It wasn't what he's done. Well, that's cool. And you either change or you get out. And he opted to get out, and he could do that. He's made millions upon millions of dollars. He's considered the greatest, if not one of the greatest, to ever coach in college football. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And so if he went to any school right now and said, I want to coach your football program, they would allow him to coach this football program. I don't know Nick Saban at all. Never met Nick Saban. I got to believe Nick Saban looks pretty freaking happy. Went out on his own terms. His legacy is beyond solid. He's pretty good on TV. He's excellent in the commercials. In the Verbo commercials? Excellent. I mean, I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. All right. 505-246-0610. Terry, good morning. You're on The Sports Animal. Hi, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Before I get into winning, awesome. Yesterday, Addie was great. She held herself so well, and you should be a very proud papa. But those were two wonderful segments. Should have her on before she has to go back to school again. Then that was great. So props to her. I mean, that's why sometime I thought I might try to win something from All In Autographs. If it was signed by Addie or Austin, something like that would be something I'd want to collect. So, but we move on. But here we go. Just trying to be simple. What is winning, and what would be good enough winning locally? I go back to 81. Lobos were 9-1 going into the last game. Hey, if we get a big crowd, maybe we'll get a bowl. A lot less bowls back then. And maybe 25,000 showed up. That was Joe Morrison to me. Most successful, not here because Rocky has that, but he took South Carolina number 2 in the country after he left here. Correct. Bob Davie, a couple very successful years, but people would call in and tell you the team was boring. So I hope it, and I go back to when Rocky left and they took away the high school all-star game from the Lobos. It doesn't change everything, but I think X the type of person who will get out there, and I think people maybe will come because of him, and just they'll see him as genuine, and I hope he does, and maybe I hope they change the all-star game back and have it at the Level Field because people have liked it, and we were hoping for it, and all of a sudden my son came home and said, no, it's at Wilson Stadium, and we went, okay.
I've tried to move it. I've tried to move it to, and I stopped it a few years back because it was getting fought, but I tried to move it to the Friday before New Mexico Bowl, and have it kind of a full weekend and played in there, and I got completely debunked on that. So.
Yeah, no, I remember when you did that, which would have been awesome. I know you guys promoted trying to have all the, state championship games there. Maybe someday Coach Eck will see something he could work out where they could do that. it doesn't change everything, but interest can help in people that see that. But I don't know if you have a record in mind, because, you know, he only wants to play one money game. Cool, if he can get around that. But I don't know, 7-5, 8-4. I mean, teams,
for when? For this year? For next year? For when?
No, just in the future of something to say, here's where they'll consistently, people will say, we want to be involved. And instead of, is it going to be the time Rudy got on me, he said, well, you wouldn't complain if they were always 9-3. I go, well, 8-4, 7-5 are still solid
That's
programs.
right. Especially around here, hell yes, they are. You know, for this program, you're damn right. 7-5, 8-4 would be. I mean, hell, if this program goes 7-5 this year, I think people lose their. I hope people lose their mind. And considering where things have been, and then somebody will say, "Well, I mean, they were 5-7 last year. It's not that much better." And who they beat, and they didn't beat them. Well, whatever. You know, there'll be those people. I hope people. You know, there's something to get excited about.
Yeah, and that's where I hope too. I've just seen in the past where it's gone the other way, and I go, guy, you know, I mean, I was here in '66 when the pit opened, and from minute one, my family didn't have it. Friends would take me. Minute one, pit was packed.
Yeah.
Basketball was so great, and with football, people would get there. And again, maybe they got a chance this year, because I don't know if many home games are on TV. So the fewer home games on TV, maybe people will go.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up.
Kind of limited.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up
But
being televised locally. I do believe the games that weren't picked up by the network, I think they've got a package going where they're going to be. I believe that's right.
Okay. Well, I hope they, you know, maybe the decent time, because when I mentioned 6 o'clock, back then we had the tickets.
Yep.
You know, son was doing Yaffle, daughter was doing soccer. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think they're going to be afternoon games. I think you're going to get a bunch of afternoon games. So.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that'll be the good draw. So I wish it well. I just like discussion when the one guy said 80% of the home games they win, they'll make it magical. Well, okay. I mean, that's either 4 or 5 out of 6, and then, you know, but what do they do on the road, and will people turn out? But I wish they do. JJ, I don't know if the Rockies signed that kid from the All-Star game. I mean, maybe he could play left field for you guys.
Play some defense.
Cut the ball over the fence. Yeah. You know, they probably sign him and trade him right away. You know,
it's just spectacular.
But sorry, I had to get a little burb on there. But you guys have a wonderful day. I was looking later in the week, maybe Austin, Tilly, or your mom, Jeff, will make an appearance. Just have family week. That'd be cool. It's nice hearing from that. But you guys be safe. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. He called it 505-246-0610. I don't know what the magic number is. I don't know if it's style. I don't know if it's personality. I don't know if it's coach. I don't know what it's going to do. We'll see. But I do know it's going to be some combination that starts with winning. Right? And then what? Again, I go back to the 9-4 season, and that wasn't good enough. All right.
I'm at the point, Jeff, where I don't even think that matters.
Winning?
Where was everyone at the Washington State game?
And they were coming off that Utah State win, right?
Well, even if there's a loss before, so you can tell me you're at the point where you can have a team that down the stretch still playing for bowl eligibility, but it shows you that it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you did it, no one's going to be there. Then we'll back it up again. All right, do it for 2 straight years. Oh, then maybe they'll come out. Well, the third year you get off to a rough start, no one's there.
Yeah, because you went to Michigan and you got beat. Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it when we get back. Still time for you at 505-246-0610. I've trusted IPS to watch my home for years. They support affordable private security. IPS is all around town. You see them in your neighborhood. You see them when you go to the store. They keep the bad guys away because property crime continues to be an issue in our city and in our state, and an officer shortage also continues to be an issue. IPS has officers strategically placed all around Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and they react quickly when an alarm goes off at a property that they monitor within 5 to 7 minutes. They provide standing guards. If you prefer eyes on your property around the clock, they'll install alarms and camera systems. They have a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All of this raises the level of security around your home and your business. I've asked you the question a bunch of times. Who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys and not the bad guys. You've worked too hard to build what it is you've got. Don't let the bad guys just bust in and destroy it. Call IPS. Talk to them about protecting your property. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service.
Facilities, then, we're going to be in this place where we might have a semi-successful or even a successful season, but wondering where the people are. And if you want to bring the people, you've got to give them something other than just football for a lot of fans. And so I hope the money was allocated at least to start that process at the last legislative session. We have a lot of potential. It's a great location. There could be a lot of infrastructure around the stadium in terms of food and fun and activities and stuff. But that's something that has to happen. But as far as Eck goes, the coach, I love the guy a lot. I've met him a few times, and he is just one genuine guy.
Yeah, let me ask you this: what is the model for that? Okay, so we I've heard this so many times. What is the football model for give them something more to do? What stadium do people go to in football that it doesn't matter about the game as much, that they go because, wow, there's great entertainment? What's the model for that?
I can't tell you because I haven't been to enough, but if in football, but if you look across the street, the Isotopes have mastered that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go on. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say they've mastered, they've got great eats, they've got great accessibility, they've got areas where kids can go kind of run off some energy and stuff, because I think a lot of people would maybe bring their family, if my wife and I had kids and they were maybe, 5, 6, 7, maybe not so much into football, but I want to kind of indoctrinate them into that. I want to bring them, but I also have to understand that, I want to give them something else to do if they kind of lose focus a little bit. And I don't know what that is, Jeff. I wish I knew what the model was. I mean, we've seen so many things across sports in terms of, baseball and waterfalls and hot tubs and pools and all that stuff. But I don't know what it would take, but I think New Mexico is more like an event-type atmosphere crowd, if that's the right description. And I think, for football, you got to give them something to be excited about. And unfortunately, it's not just a winning team. That will definitely help. But if you give them something new and shiny to come check out, it might bring them back.
Right on, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, JJ, I've kind of hit a threshold today. I don't know if I've ever been, thought it out this way because, I've listened to this. We've had this conversation as long as we've been doing the show. And the comment, well, you got to have something else to do. In football, I've got, in soccer, you get together and everybody chants. Okay, cool. They wave flags and they blow off smoke bombs. And that's their thing, and they love it, and cool.
And not everyone chants, by the way. There are plenty of people that are there at the stadium watching the game, too.
Okay, and I'll give you, so part of it, and I do believe this, the eats thing is a part of it. Everybody, if I'm going to sit there, give me something to eat. Like what I want a good selection of food. I think that, the facility, what I'm finding is, number one is win. And number two is give me something to go to. And is that facility giving people something that, an experience that they want to be at? And it keeps coming down, and it feels like I'm emphasizing a point to myself anyway that I've been making for years, and it's about the facility. You got to have something people want to go to. Somebody just said, was it Terry? Said when the pit opened up, man, we wanted to go. We still want to go. You enjoy going to the pit, the atmosphere, whatever it is about that place. It's held up for all these years. Isotopes Park has held up for all these years. People, it's got to be something you want to go to and that you enjoy and that you feel comfortable. And there's options. And whether the option is food, whether the option, whatever it is, it's got to be a good environment. I got to be able to get into the building. No, the pit still has benches. I mean, I'm an advocate of I think you got to put seats in that damn place. I do, as opposed to benches, or at least, for a few sections. I think they should put backs on the center three sections, maybe just the lower center three sections. if we're not going to put seats in. But that's kind of what I've learned today is it's as much the facility as it is winning. And we'll see. We'll watch it all play out because it's going to be interesting. That sweet deal is on sale, and you can take advantage of half-price Lobo season tickets for football. And I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. I say that by listening to people in the know, by looking at what the roster is on paper, and talking to the people who were here last year, and you know, it just feels like there's a good energy. I want to say thank you to Bo Davidson. He's the general manager for Lobo football. He was with us today. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome show's after that. 2 Men On comes in at 4. And then we are back with award-winning radio. I'll be in Las Vegas tomorrow. Mountain West Media Day will start tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work. Appreciate you as always. He is JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind and loving and caring and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.